Hey guys, welcome to another Unity podcast today, man. Today I'm joined by Logan. I know he does these things usually, and I decided to take over, man. I came to light about something with him, and we were like, let's do, a spooky kind of time podcast, right?
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about this, but we're going to get into it anyways. So, there are, as Taylor's mentioned to me before the podcast, they are some cases that kind of are interesting that we want to talk about here. And this is stuff that we don't usually talk about. This is stuff that is not definitely in my ballpark. Kind of Taylor's a little bit, but not that much, or not that big. But we thought it would be nice to just talk about something different for a change, and then probably do this about maybe once every 3 weeks or so. Maybe just something to step out of the usual
Yeah, I mean, I feel
side of
like
things.
doing stuff like this in future videos would be interesting because I know people do like that creep factor.
Right.
I know I like watching creepy stuff, so that's why I
One th-
brought it to you. Like, I know it's blowing up here recently, especially on TikTok. TikTok's a huge platform as well. This is Gypsy Rose.
now
I absolutely love this case.
now for those who don't know, they actually did adapt the story of Gypsy Rose into a show called The Act. That The Act is what you called it, right?
Yes, it's called The Act.
Okay.
Really good show.
So this is interesting because I have not seen The Act, and this might be something that we need to see, but I want to hear everything about this.
So, where the storyline plots out is March 2008, right? Gypsy Rose moves to a new neighborhood, and like, as you see in the movie, there's a lot of backstory of why she is the way she is.
Right.
When she moves to the neighborhood, she's in a wheelchair. She's been diagnosed with multiple diseases and stuff like that, right? Well, you know, sooner throughout that month, she figures she can walk. So she's like, "What's going on? Did this magically happen?" And she also has a feeding tube. Let's start there as well. She can't eat anything.
Okay.
Well, that same month, she starts eating. And she's like, "Well, I don't need a feeding tube. What's going on?" Um, so the older she gets, the more she gets to realize that she's being basically oh, what is the word? She's being abused by her mother. Child abuse.
Huh.
Um, she was way over the age of 18, and her mom made her still think she was like 15 or 16.
How old was she?
Oh man. I want to say like when the movie first came out or when it first like started, she was probably like 15. And she made her think she was like 11 or 13. But
Really?
every time she's like, "Oh, I'm 18." She's like, "No, you're not. This is your actual birth date." And she actually found out she was older than what she thought because she went through her mom's purse and pulled out a date of birth card, like a health insurance card of the exact date of hers.
Wow.
And I was like, "Damn, dude, like what?"
And
I
nobody like
mean,
nobody like questioned this, like neighbors or anything.
nah. And her mom would, well, I mean, no, because she played the act. That's why it's called the act. She acted in front of her neighbors. She would always be in that wheelchair acting like she was sick. She was scared to go to anybody.
Huh.
For the simple fact is, what if they look at me different? I mean, what if they
Nope.
look at, like, she still had feelings for her mom. Like, what if they look at my mom different? Even though her mom was doing these horrible things to her.
There wasn't like any family she could contact other than her mom.
No. And the crazy part is in the movie, her dad apparently called her every birthday, and the mom would always refuse the phone calls, be like, "Oh, she's taking a nap. Oh, she's doing this. Oh, she's doing that," and hang up, and he wouldn't call again.
Wow.
This mother was psychotic. Never let her have a phone, right? I mean, what's the point of her not having a phone?
Well,
I mean,
I mean she's been holding her for how long, and I mean, would you really trust somebody to have a phone and actually do what you say? Because let's face it, everybody nowadays does, like, either will contact people whenever it's like late at night, or they'll be playing video games on their phone, or whatever. So I mean, if she's really that big into holding her for however long, however old she actually is, then I mean,
Oh, the crazy part is too, get this. So Gypsy finally turned 18. She thought,
right,
because that's what her mom kept telling her and telling her. It's like, so she just blew it off. So when she finally did turn 18, she was an old adult. Well, her mother tricked her. I forget if she actually got it off or not, but I think she made her sign papers that she was still in custody of her, even over 18.
really.
Swear, I forget if she actually signed them or not though. I think she did though, but yeah, she tricked her into signing papers saying, "Oh, you're still legal with me. You can't go anywhere." She fought it so hard, like, "Oh, she's disabled. She needs me. She needs me." This all started from when she was younger, because she fell off a trampoline and hurt her leg. And then the instant worry went in, where she's like, "Oh, she's always gonna get hurt. I gotta protect her from everything, no matter if it hurts me or her." In the show, it also showed that CPS came at one point because somebody called the cops, or somebody called Child Protective Services. And she literally drugged her kid to be sleepy the whole time that she was there, so she wouldn't answer any questions or be truthful with the person.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, she had... Do you know, like, lockers that are, like, head level? Okay?
Oh,
Like,
okay,
lockers you
yeah.
open for school, yeah. So imagine that times it by, like, 6 width, and put it 3 more inches above your head. That was her medicine cabinet. Full of meds.
Wow.
Because she would steal doctors, like, you know how, like, you could write down stuff for prescriptions and stuff like that?
Right.
She would literally just take it and write her own prescription.
Jesus.
Yeah, so she was always stocked with meds and anything like that. Her mom was also diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Or was it type 2? I forget. She was though on diabetes, and she had to take care of her and stuff like that. So anyway, Gypsy finally told her mom, "I know nothing's wrong with me. I don't know why you're doing this to me." Yada yada yada. She stands up in front of her mom and everything, tries to hold her own, So, the phone deal I was getting to though. So they always got sent money because they felt bad for Gypsy. They thought she was actually in condition,
Right.
They thought something was super wrong with her. So she gets a phone finally. She steals the money that's been sent to her, goes to the store, and buys a phone. And the first thing she does, I believe, is she gets on like what is that dating site for Christians? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Christians Mingle?
I think it's Christians Mingle. And she downloads it because her neighbor was talking about how she met her boyfriend from Christians Mingle. So she meets this really nice boy, right?
Yeah.
His name was...
There was like I remember in the trailer, there was like some guy that she was like trying to talk to.
I'm trying to figure out his name right now. Give me a second. I so forget his name. I know it was like Nick, I believe. Nick. Nicholas. It was Nicholas. Nicholas Cody John. She meets him, instantly falls in love. But I guess it's a lot different from what the movie or the show actually is. In life, I guess he was heartless, didn't give a fuck, didn't care who it was. I guess he actually wanted to rape the body that he killed.
What in the world?
Yeah. So after, talking to Nicholas for couple years now, they finally meet up. He takes takes a ticket to the movie theaters, right?
Right.
Because they're watching Cinderella. And he tries to talk to her, but without, trying to upset his mom. the mom of Gypsy, and
Right.
she flips out. She's like, "Stop following me. I don't know who you are. You're weird," you know? So Gypsy at one point in the middle of the movie is like, "I gotta go use the restroom." And she goes, meets up with Nick. They go do it in the bathroom.
Really?
Because they've had that tension for over 2 years,
Huh.
you know? And she told him everything she knew. She knew that she was fine. She knew she was in perfect health. She knew she was perfectly stable, you know? Like, she knew she was being abused, but she couldn't leave her mom because that's her mom. That's what she thought, you know? That's my mom. They only live once, you know? Well, Nick basically took her to the dark side. He's like, I'll do it if you ask me to. I have a split personality. Ask my split personality, you know? She ended up asking a split. It's a little weird when you
I
think
could
about it, but
I could never like imagine if somebody came up to me and just was like, I have a split personality. It's like my first go to isn't, oh yeah, can I talk to him for a second? I like
I
that's
think it would
crazy.
be.
Like
I've seen. Go ahead, my bad.
like it's just it's crazy to like think about going up to somebody and then just like if somebody like you talked to for like a couple years, you had that tension. I get it. Like you just meet them and you have like a connection right there on the spot. But if they were to just be like, I have a like just after all said and done, after all the action, we're gonna use action as a word. Um, After all the action is done, for him just to be like, I have a split personality. It's like failed to mention that with 2 years we've
Right.
been talking. When did this happen?
Right. Well, I get she already knew in conversation for the like he told her everything, she told him everything, you know. She told her that I don't feel in she would like they were into cosplay together, you know what I mean? They'd role play in front of each other.
I saw some of
So
the
she
outfits that
yeah.
they wore.
I mean, it was pretty nuts. I mean, she had to learn the hard way of what that was. You know what
Right.
I mean? I feel bad. I feel awful for this girl. I do. But
I mean, it's terrible. It's absolutely horrific everything that she had to go through.
it really is. So, I guess okay, so to continue the story further on, right? Um the split personality and after they do it, she's texting him like, "Hey." And the mom still doesn't know she has a phone. Is oblivious that she has a phone. Still. Okay? I mean, I think she goes the whole time without getting caught that she has a phone in all honesty. Um but she's like, "When can you come over? When can we do this?" They send a date. He comes over, right? Let me remind you, in the show versus real life, he's a lot worse in real life. Like in the show,
Right.
he's quirky, he's weird, you know. Like without the split personality, he's a genuine dude that's just weird, you know.
Right. Right.
Um, but I guess like outside the show when they first did it, he didn't say anything. He just did it automatically and didn't say anything, didn't do anything, you know. Which is kind of weird if you think
Yeah.
about it.
That's
So, but he comes to the house, right? Um, there, I guess before he came, she picks out a knife for him to stab her with. Um, fresh pair of clothes, I believe, and something else I forget. But he goes in there and he stabs her in the back like a few times, I believe.
jeez.
Gypsy's mom while she's sleeping. Not saying not saying she didn't deserve it,
I
but
mean, but
she
still,
didn't deserve that. Um,
I don't know. Like that. I mean, overall, that's a messed up situation, and seeing how she's been doing that for so long, I mean, it's hard to.
it mentally has to be like to the point though, where she's like, I just fucking can't do it, you know?
Or I mean, just not. I mean, first off, you're not even the age that she's telling you that you are.
Right. She doesn't even
Second,
know how old she is.
yeah, and second off, like she's lying to her for no reason whatsoever.
Saying she has diseases and all
Right,
this.
and she's perfectly fine.
Well, that night she runs away with Nick, right? They move back. They go to I think Wisconsin is where he was from. Um, yeah, it was Wisconsin. And on June 14th, 2015, I guess Gypsy's having a panic attack. She's like, I can't leave my mom dead there. We need to know that somebody's there, you know? So they get on her Facebook account and they write, the bitch is dead. Um,
Wait,
and it was D. Gyp Blanchard. So they acted like somebody went in there and killed him. Here was their mistake, though. They would have gotten away with it if they wouldn't have done this. They left the location of where they sent that message on Facebook. Yeah.
why even do that in the first place, though? Like,
Because Gypsy was flipping out, saying, I can't leave my mom there rotting and stuff like that. So she was having a mini panic attack. She's basically having second thoughts about killing her mom. Or not even her killing her mom, but Nick killing her mom, but it was her idea.
yeah,
You
but
know?
I don't know. I'm so conflicted. I was like,
It,
it's like one of those like I hate like everything that she done. She deserves to be in jail right now,
right.
but she, I never agree with like taking anybody's life for any reason whatsoever. But this, like, she deserves to be in jail for a very long time. She didn't deserve that, and for her to be freaking out, is completely understandable. But at the same time, why? I just gotta know what the mindset, because if it were me, my mindset wouldn't be, oh, we post on a different Facebook account in the
No, it was the same Facebook account. It was their Facebook account.
it was theirs.
It was Gypsy and D's.
So wait, they were, so wait, they pleaded, like, basically they were like, yeah, we did it.
Oh. So what they did is they went to Dee and Gypsy Blanchard, because Dee Dee was the mother's name. And Gypsy's, the daughter.
Right.
Well, the Facebook account that they posted on was Dee Gypsy Blanchard. It was basically their combined, but it was honestly Dee Dee's Facebook account. Gypsy had no access to it.
Right.
They posted from there because Gypsy knew the passcode.
Okay, but were they trying to be?
They were just trying to make it obvious to where they could find her body. And Gypsy was missing, so they would think, oh, somebody stole Gypsy. They would never thought firsthand Gypsy would do it, let's be honest. Because they looked at her as the sweet, innocent girl that couldn't walk, you know?
Right.
So, like, where would Gypsy even come to mind with that? Okay, but anyway. Moving on to the court case, the cops find him, they bring him in. Gypsy's still pleading not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. Even at the end of the show, I believe she still says not guilty, and finally she does plead guilty later on in the future. Nick pleaded not guilty as well, and like it was really shitty because she just threw him under the bus. That was the moment where I was like, she's kind of psycho.
Right.
A little bit. She just kind of threw him under the bus. I was like,
mean,
nah, you did it.
So
she tried to save her skin, but she wasn't able to. But here's the thing with Gypsy. I believe she was released. She's going to be released from jail in 2024 or 25.
from what I'm reading right here, from what I pulled up, it says that Gypsy pled guilty to second-degree murder, and she was sentenced to 10 years in prison, though she will be eligible for parole beginning in 2024.
Yeah.
And then Go to John was found guilty of first-degree murder in 2018 and was sentenced to life.
So he was sentenced to life, but the reason why they gave her second-degree murder is because they found that she was being abused by her mother. I mean, they got their receipts because her mom kept them. And I don't know if her mom kept them, but, like, they can go to doctors and print them off and be like, oh, yeah, this is what happened to Gypsy. This is where da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da, you know what I mean?
Right.
And
I would assume that they would probably find all the meds that she probably had even stocked up anyways.
100%. I mean, there's a picture of it somewhere where it just showed that med cabinet, and I said, that is unreal. That's crazy. But, So that's basically like, I wish I could go further into it. There's so many more details, but Gypsy Rose was basically being abused by her mother, and she had her psycho boyfriend kill him. Long story short. And this lasted, 2008 to 2015. It's a timeline, you know? Like, tell me how crazy that is.
That is that is just absolutely insane. But that I do have a question though. Last question here, because we
What?
gotta, if we want to talk about more, we gotta move on here. So it from what I'm reading right here, it says that she faced was able to arrange a plea deal for the charges faced. She faced in Dee Dee's death in 2016. It says in 2016, Gypsy pled guilty to second degree murder for 10 years. And then he was found guilty of first degree in 2018. So did he like try to run or
They both got arrested at the same time, so there's no way he was running.
okay? I wonder why she.
I don't know why his took. I mean, maybe hers took not a longer time for the simple fact is like um maybe she was more abused to the situation. They already knew cut and clear it was Nick, but they wanted to figure out her situation first so it wouldn't just, blow over, you know? Possibly.
I don't know. That I just saw that and didn't know.
I mean, she asked I think she should be in jail a little bit longer personally. But she again, I think she is a genuine person because I have seen like IRL interviews of them like interviewing her. And I've
Right.
got to say, like, she actually went to the premiere showing of the act. They let her out of jail for that. She has a boyfriend already. Um, I mean, the shit that this movie has done for her in general made her a star.
Now our next person. Who do we have, and what did they do,
We
or
have
what
the
is going on?
Zodiac
The
Killer.
Zodiac Killer. Okay. Now I did see the Zodiac, the movie. Anything that's based off a movie, most of the time I've seen it. So what are we talking about with the Zodiac here?
So, Zodiac Killer is one of the most infamous serial killers during the 60s to 70s. Um, he murdered at least 5 people, right? How many did you say? Because I'm reading 5 right now. At least 5.
There's definitely more than that. I would think, right? Or was it actually just five?
If he's such a famous Zodiac, or here's the reason why he's so famous though. That I read a little bit more. He sent like encrypted messages for the cops to read,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. He would like try to send these codes, and some of these people like had no idea, and I mean, it took like months, years for people to decrypt. Hell, even the last one that they had sent, I don't think they've still deciphered it to this day.
Right. No, because this is the last one. You ready for it? So he famously sent a cipher that said, "This is a Zodiac. This is the Zodiac speaking. By the way, have you cracked the last cipher I sent you? My name is blank blank blank." This followed by a series of 13 symbols that were supposed to be his name, encoded to the day this code has still not been cracked. Tell me
It,
how crazy that is.
that's just ridiculous. Like I mean, but to think about it though, like doing something like this nowadays is almost near impossible to do, near impossible to pull off. But this guy, I mean, back then there wasn't the technology that we have today. There wasn't the internet. There wasn't stuff that you could track. I mean, it just they weren't as advanced back in you said 60s and 70s.
Yeah, 60s, 70s.
They weren't as technologically advanced as what we are today. And
Right.
that was the one big thing that whenever I watched the movie, whenever he actually went and killed some people, was that there was no way for them to like stop him unless they knew exactly who it was. And they could do whatever they wanted to, but they could do whatever they wanted to try to find who this was, but I mean, it was almost damn near impossible. And I'm honestly surprised more people didn't try to do this. Like, I'm honestly surprised it was just this guy as the poster for the 60s and 70s pulling this stuff off. And I'm glad that is the case. I'm not saying that more people should do this by any means, but that is just absolutely bonkers. So, I'm not really seeing anybody, like, I'm not seeing how many, but I can look it up real quick. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's just possible suspects, my bad.
How many possible suspects were there?
So, from what I'm looking at right now, there are, and these are just the names I found on this one website. The names are Gary Post,
Okay.
Arthur Leigh Allen,
Don't trust an Arthur. They're all serial killers.
Richard Gaikowski, Richard Marshall, Lawrence Kane, and that is
Is
really...
Lawrence Kane a girl or a guy?
I think it's a guy.
Weird. But basically, yeah, it's just crazy how a Zodiac killer, like himself. I mean, I've seen a couple of the kills. Like, I remember going to a picnic, seeing one in the picnic, right? Is this what I'm thinking of? And he stabs the guy in the back.
Right, he made them tie each other up.
Right.
And then stab the guy, and I think he might have stabbed the girl, but didn't kill her.
Left the... I think he did. Okay, wait. I forget. I think
if I'm not mistaken,
he did leave her to live.
Yeah, he left her to live to tell the story, but he killed the guy for sure.
Yeah,
but
100%.
I think he left her alive. There was another one during the movie that I saw where he picked up this girl on the side of the road and she had a baby.
And so I was about to bring that up. Isn't that crazy? Okay, go ahead. Continue.
She threw the baby, I think it was her. She threw the baby out the window so he wouldn't kill her. Or maybe it was vice versa. I don't know. But I know the baby was thrown out the window.
But the baby survived.
Yeah, the baby survived.
Baby did survive.
I don't know how, but I'm so happy. I was so happy when I saw that too. Like the whole time I was like, no, she has a baby, please. And then they were perfectly fine. I was like, it's like, what?
Oh, okay.
Was it even the Zodiac killer though, or was it somebody that they might have suspected as the Zodiac killer?
I mean, it could, because you gotta think about it too. Zodiac killer only goes after couples. That's what it stated, you know? He only goes for couples and ominous kind of settings or nothing that people will suspect. That's why he went after the couple in the picnic because it was just out of the blue. You gotta think of it, nobody's gonna go to woods and a picnic. I mean, why would you even be there in the first place? You're kind of lonely if that's the case. But he went to these date sites that people didn't often go to, but he knew they would go there, you know? And he would go kill them, at least 5 people, you know, that I know of so far. But the baby one, I mean, maybe he was trying to be a copycat of the Zodiac killer, possibly, you know?
Or just a random guy in general. I mean, it just seems weird to me that, you know, that like I said before, it's so hard to try to figure out who some of these people, who did some cases. Even to this day, somebody could probably get away with it if they did it the right way. Somebody could probably get away with it. But they would have such a harder time doing it today compared to the 60s and 70s. So I'm wondering if some of these people actually tried doing something, or trying to pull something off and then played it off that they were the Zodiac. But then they got away with it because everybody's like, the Zodiac guy's a menace. It wasn't just one person.
I mean, I see a sketch of his face right now, and I
saw that too.
He looks creepy. I mean, that's all I really have to add to that one. What else you got to add to that?
I don't know. Thinking about it, because after I watched, because I remember when I watched the movie, I was sitting down on the couch. It was late at night, It was me and my girlfriend. We sat down. She fell asleep, but I continued to watch it because I was so invested in it, and I
Right.
had so many theories afterwards. And honestly, not just to be like, not to be that guy, but I think there might have been more than one person. Honestly, I think it might have been.
What if there's a whole group?
That's what I'm
Like a
saying. Is that
five-man group?
I don't know if I don't know if like maybe the Zodiac killer is more than one person, or maybe the Zodiac killer is just the one person, or maybe there was other people that were claiming to be the Zodiac killer but actually weren't.
I mean, I guarantee you, you had those nut jobs that came and say, "Oh, I'm the Zodiac killer. Arrest me."
And I'm also shocked that nobody has still found out about the cipher about who the Zodiac killer actually is.
I mean, who's not to say the cipher is just complete bullshit, though? You know?
I mean, he hasn't lied the whole entire time. Like, every cipher has had an actual meaning behind it, so why would he lie on the last one? And then stop. Next one.
The 6 boys that went missing in Pickering, Ontario.
This I have no prior knowledge to or anything about, but I did
So,
believe so.
let me tell you something. 6 boys went missing randomly. Right, poof, disappear. Chad Smith, Danny Higgins, Jay Bully, Jamie Labrivy, Michael Cummins, and Robbie Rumbold. So late evening, March 17, 1995, after a spring break party, these 6 boys, they just got done drinking. They just got done having a good time after spring break, right? Well, they get on this boat. Nice boat. Good boat. I don't know what they're hoping to find on this boat,
Treasure.
but the boat disappears. They take off. So after the boat takes off, next day comes around, boat's not back. Boat's nowhere to be found. Like, nobody knows what happened, So it's such a weird story to tell. This boat, there's a lot of theories behind why they disappeared and why they never came back.
Right.
There's also the crazy ones like people be making shit up in 1995. Oh, there's aliens. Oh, cults took them. You know what I mean? Like just some out of the blue stuff was probably said during this time.
How did they know it was a boat though? Like there had to have been like a bunch of
Video. There was video evidence of them getting on a boat and the boat leaving.
Did somebody else take the video, or was it like one of the boys?
A
And
security
they found the
camera.
Oh, Oh, so they were like near a building.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess somebody reported that their boat was missing. And
Wait, so the boys took off with the boat?
yes.
I thought somebody was in the boat, like it was a big giant boat, and they.
No, they took off with the boat and, haven't returned.
That boat
But
hasn't been seen.
no. And here's the thing with this boat. It's an unsinkable boat. So if it does crash, part of it's not going to sink. So it's going to keep afloat,
My bad.
So these 6 boys, so many theories were made up and stuff like that. So everybody put up wanted posters and stuff like that of everything that, like, if you see these guys, let us know. So I guess like time passes. This girl's on her phone in her car. I don't know if she's in her car or walking. She's on her phone though, and all of a sudden she sees one of the boys cross the street to his house. First thing she does, dial the mother. Hey, I just seen your son. He just went in your house. The mother races home, right? And I guess while she's making eye contact with the boy, the boy smiles at her. Straight up just smiles. And walks inside the house that he lives in. Well, I don't know what she was paying attention to. Maybe he snuck out the back door or something so nobody would see him. But when the mother got home, things were reorganized in that house. Like somebody messed with his things, but no sign of the boy.
That's so weird. What?
Right. Right? So, all these boys talking and stuff like that going missing. I mean, it's crazy.
That
And,
like, why was he there?
well, she thinks she saw him. So I don't know, like, and the thing of the stuff being reorganized in the house, too, just kind of like, it's a little creepy factor, you know?
What if they're still
Just
alive
a
to
little
this day?
creepy. Yeah.
I mean,
So,
from what I'm reading, it says it's been 14 years.
26.
Oh, so this is like an old article I'm seeing here.
Yeah. So,
Oh, yeah, 1995. My goodness.
so, yeah, this is old. Old case. But something came up in the news, not news, my bad. But something came up on the shore. One of the boys was wearing bright red pants, right?
Right.
Apparently washed up shore 2 years later. They found him. Like, so 1997, they find these bright red pants that the same boy was wearing to the party.
Hmm.
So, one of the theories, like, and this is an actual good theory because I guess back then Ontario, it was used for moving drugs,
Right.
right? Ontario Lake in Michigan, or Ontario Lake to Canada and Michigan, you know.
Yeah, Lake Ontario. Okay.
So, my, the theory is, and it's a pretty good theory, I gotta admit, is that they saw something they weren't supposed to see. I mean, how much sense does that make? Six
Yep.
young boys see something they're not supposed to see. Everybody's going crazy.
But that does beg the question as to why he went back to the house, if he actually did. If the boy,
I
like, how long ago after the boat went missing was that?
I don't know. I don't know the date on that.
Because if that is the case, then I'm wondering if that boy was trying to plan or do something.
Right.
Because like, if they did see something and maybe some of them survived.
Right. I mean, what if they had a life or death situation where they're like, either you work with us, and you never go back, or if you do go back, it's a one-time thing, or you die right here and then, you know? So maybe with the boy with the red pants didn't get so lucky, but some of them were like, oh, we're staying alive, we'll do cartel shit, you know what I mean? We'll do it.
That's so weird. I like that's so scary to think about anyways.
Oh
Like,
yeah, 100%.
or what if just something happened to the boat and like,
Well, there was no wreckage of the boat though. Remember how I said it's non-seekable? Something's gonna come back, you
yeah,
know?
but you got to also think that have they found the boat?
No. The boat went missing too.
So I'm wondering if they drove it, or they basically they they drove it into the water,
Uh-huh.
and they ran out of gas, and I'm
Yeah.
wondering, shut up, phone. I'm wondering if they ran out of gas and they were like, they didn't know what to do,
Right.
so they tried
And
to swim back.
I would have to say, like, when I found this, it gave me goosebumps, you know?
It really does.
It's chilling to think, like, six boys just went missing out of the blue and nobody can find them now. But somebody sees them walking, like, days later, you know?
Right.
So,
The last guy, because that's all we have time for. This will probably be a shorter podcast here, but
but, last guy, the most famous Jeffrey Dahmer.
we're gonna talk. Okay.
Jeffrey Dahmer is not only a serial killer, sex offender. He was born May 21, 1960. The years he was like killing people and everything like that. Get this, 1978 to 1991. How
And
does a serial killer live that fucking long.
I mean, nobody found the Zodiac. If there actually was just one person. I mean...
But he murdered 17 males in truly horrific fashion. He raped them, dismemberment, like basically took off their bodies.
Right. Necrophilia and cannibalism as well.
Oh, I can't. Cannibalism. That's a new one we haven't talked about yet either. Cannibalism.
I cannot. Like, the other day I was watching a TikTok and there's this prank show done by, I think it's David Spade.
Yeah.
And he would like put these random people as guests on this cooking show and tell them that what they just ate was human flesh. Yeah. So like I thought of that and I was like, please no. And I didn't know at first it was like a prank show.
Right.
And he was like, it's actually human flesh.
I think I've seen that. I've seen that clip.
And the one woman like ran out of the room. She was an actor.
Oh, okay.
But then the other person that was just about to throw up behind the table, that was the person that they pranked. And I didn't know it until I had to look it up on YouTube. I thought it was real. I thought it was a very messed up thing, but I found it was a prank. So before I even learned it was a prank, I was like, oh my god, that is disgusting. Why would anybody do that? And to think that actually people have done that is sickening.
So another fun fact about Jeffrey Dahmer here. Okay? He's already been to jail before he did the whole sentencing. I think he was sentenced to death, right? I would think so. But
I would hope so. God.
He was arrested twice for and sentenced of indecent exposure in 1982 to 1986. He faced probation and was not charged for the rapes.
He wasn't charged for... Wait, what?
I don't know. It's like...
They did not find any proof on it, or...
I'm gonna share my screen and you go ahead and read it, okay? I'll show you the part I'm talking about.
I'll have to click on it.
That's fine.
It's good to know we're looking at the same one here.
Yeah. Oh, we are?
Yeah.
It's this line right here. It's like, although he was arrested twice for instance of indecent exposure.
Yeah, he was arrested twice for incidents of indecent exposure in 1982 and 86. He only faced probation and was not charged for the rapes. Hold on. It says that... Okay, it says incidents of indecent exposure, like almost like he was flashing somebody.
So you're telling me they caught him this year, those years in between the years he was killing.
Shut up, phone.
But he wasn't caught fully for killing kids, dude. Oh my god. Okay, I got a fun fact. You ready to hear about the fun fact with Jeffrey Dahmer?
What was that?
So I looked up these facts against these serial killers, right? And this one is disgusting. It's gross.
What did he do?
So, Jeffrey Dahmer, towards the end, right before he got caught, he had so many bodies in his apartment, okay? He ran out of room and stored one of his victims in the bathtub and proceeded to shower over him every day for a month. For once a month.
Dude, why? No.
Go get help.
Why would he... Oh my god.
Yeah, let me just tell you right now. Hell no. You're telling me you're showering over a rotten body corpse? A rotten body corpse? No, no. That's where I draw the line, I think. That's where I'm like, yep, I'm good.
So, I kind of just skipped all the way down to the bottom here.
Yeah.
And, because we're running out of time, it said, Dahmer served his time at the Columbia Correctional Institution in Portage? Is it Portage? Portage? Portuguese?
Where is it?
Portuguese?
Portage.
less. Is it Portage?
Uh-huh.
In Wisconsin. During his time in prison, Dahmer expressed remorse for his actions and wished for his own death. He also read the Bible and declared himself a born-again Christian. After everything you did, now is the time that he wants to hallelujah pray to the God, Jesus Lord, Amen, Christ.
Amen.
Ready for a born-again Christian, ready for his final judgment. He was attacked twice by fellow inmates, with the first attempt to slice his neck open, leaving him with only superficial wounds. However, he was attacked a second time on November 28th, 1994, by inmate as they cleaned one of the prison showers. As they cleaned one of the prison showers. Okay. Dahmer was found still alive, but died on the way to the hospital from severe head trauma.
Wow. So he died in prison. So he wasn't even sentenced to death, it looks like.
No, well, actually, he might.
Oh, right here. This is okay.
Yeah, he actually received an additional life sentence, and was
directed to 15 murder charges on the trial beginning of January 30, 1992. Even though the evidence against him was overwhelming, Dahmer pled insanity as his defense due to the nature of his incredibly disturbing and uncontrollable impulses. Following 2 weeks of trial, the court declared him sane and guilty on 15 counts of murder. He was sentenced to 15 life terms.
Oh, 15 life terms. Oh, shit.
For a total of 957 years in prison. In May of the same year, he entered a guilty plea of the murder of his first victim, Stephen Hicks, and received an additional life sentence. Wow.
I mean, at that point, it's like, you might as well just come clean with everything.
At this point, you're caught. You're caught.
I mean,
but he pled insanity, which maybe something was wrong with him, you know?
No,
but to kill
look,
17 people.
Here's the thing. You can't pull that crap, like, if you pull that crap, there's gotta be solid proof. And the fact that all those people in that judge room did not find anything wrong with him. I mean, come on. The guy, literally is sick in the mind, but not as a mental illness. He is just absolutely a terrible, horrific person. I think
he's a pathological liar for sure. Definitely a pathological liar. I think he lied about the insanity shit. He knew what he was doing. You know?
Absolutely. 100%.
So, I don't know. I mean, nobody knows what they're not doing if they're planning out step by step. I mean, eating people, you're crazy. Yeah, you're a different breed.
Change your screen right quick.
Oh, my bad.
We're gonna wrap it up here because I've got to get going. Thank you, Taylor, for taking the reins on this one. Guys, let us know down in the comments below if you like this sort of stuff, because this is kind of a new stuff. It got us out of our comfort zone. A lot of this stuff is very interesting, and some of this stuff we still don't know to this day. So, it's very interesting, and it's something that is completely different than what we're usually doing or talking about. So, let us know if you like it. Also, while you're down there, hit the subscribe button. And also make sure you turn on that bell notification to get notified whenever we upload a video. Also, make sure you're checking out our social medias down below. They will be in links in the description. And I don't think we have anything else to add, do we, Tay?
No. Go check out our website, unitygamingllc.com.
So, link with that will also be down in the description down below. Guys, thanks again, and we hope to see you next time. Peace.